So we record a lot of footage, and to be honest, the vast majority of that footage goes nowhere.
No way.
So what we've decided to do is to record a few more regular videos around just what's been going on each month. And this first video, we're going to tell you everything that's been going on in the month of July.
As an 18-year-old Ben, this would be the perfect job.
So I want to be able to look like a bodybuilder, but I just haven't got the size. It has been absolutely crazy. It has been non-stop, and it was the final month before I stepped into my new job as Gymshark CEO. So it's been a very special month for me. So this video, we're going to tell you everything that's been going on and give you a little bit of an update, both in my life and everything here at Gymshark. So for anyone that doesn't know, it is now the first week of August, and I have just started my new role as Gymshark CEO. And it is a role that I've worked so incredibly hard to get myself into a position to being able to do for the last few years. The announcement for this actually only went out in July last month, and the response was resoundingly positive. Honestly, I just could not believe how positive the response was. Thousands of you have been messaging me, commenting, liking, all that sort of stuff. So I just wanted to thank you so much for all of the support. Genuinely, it means the absolute world to me, and it really does make a difference. The announcement for moving into the Gymshark CEO went out, albeit internally that went out quite a while ago. So to be honest, within Gymshark, it's not really new news. Everyone's known about it for a while, but publicly people didn't really know. So it was quite good actually for that news to get out. It's been funny actually, I've been meeting people outside of the business that have been sort of asking, so Ben, what do you do as a job at Gymshark? So just to be able to say exactly what I've been working on and what I've been up to has actually been really useful. And to be honest, it's been quite difficult the last few months because I couldn't really talk about it. My workload was super high because I was still sort of trying to hand over some other roles that I was working on, whilst also trying to pick up the mantle and learn how to be the best CEO that I possibly can be. Fortunately, I've now got a brilliant sort of business partner / EA, executive assistant, that I'm working with called Zoe, working on priorities, all that sort of stuff. So that's been absolutely life-changing for me. I mean, Zoe, we've only been working together for a few weeks, but she has already completely changed the game for me and made my life significantly better, which has been massive. So this was really exciting. I did a podcast, and I've done quite a few podcasts in the past. There you go. There you go. The brand lads.
Put that in slow-mo.
I did the high performance podcast, which I've done quite a few podcasts in the past. This one was really good. So I was with a guy, two guys, Jake and Damien, and they were absolutely brilliant. But as I got there, I realised that this wouldn't go out until after the CEO announcement had gone live. So I just sort of said to them, hey guys, FYI, I've got this announcement coming out. And then we said, let's just talk openly about it on the podcast. So we did.
Steve sat down with me and he said, shockingly enough, he said, Ben, the business is now moving to a point where it needs a new leadership, and Ben, I think you could be the next CEO.
And the podcast went incredibly well. It was really good fun.
Dinner at 7, do you want to go?
Let me come back to you.
Oh, that's
tense.
that's a tense moment.
Yeah, that's rejection.
You might be the CEO, get back in your box bracket.
What else did we do? Oh, GSMC, which is Gymshark Cultures Group, which is helping bring a real sense of belonging to the Gymshark business, which has been incredible. It's run by someone called Vanessa. We have people internally that run it as well, but it's been absolutely brilliant. It's been game changing for us. And then I did a little bit of a talk with the guys in front of, I think most of the business actually were on that, and it was all about allyship, and it was how I could be a better ally to different people around the business. So that was a really good chat, really enjoyed it, and it was nice that it was essentially projected to the entire business. I guess the only shame is that we couldn't do it in person. We did a podcast with Noel, which hasn't actually gone live yet, but it was really good, which was good fun. And we hadn't done one in quite a while actually. So, and yeah, I'm looking forward to that going live. Hopefully you guys enjoy it, because we're trying to sort of mix up the content a little bit more. We got these month in reviews, we got the podcast, we got the subject-based videos that we're doing, more Q&As and things. And I think these podcasts are cool because it's just a bit longer form content. It gives us an opportunity really to dig into some of the detail, which I know some of you are really interested to hear about.
Is Jim Shark aspirational? Yeah. We all said yes. Is Jim Shark aspirational to everyone? We all said no. So we went on this journey of becoming aspirational to everyone. And I'm incredibly proud of where we're at now. Like, Gymshark is a brand that's aspirational to everyone, whether you want to lose weight, build muscle, run a quick 5K, you know, run on the treadmill in the gym every other week. Like, Gymshark's there to support you, and I think that's important.
England games, do you want me to talk about that? I went to 3 games at Wembley, and it was the most heartbreaking end of my entire life when England lost in the final. It was actually great fun. It was proper nice, honestly. Having that moment of being able to go to Wembley and watch the football and watch, honestly, the lads playing for England are so inspiring, and the stuff that they do on the pitch and off the pitch is just incredible. So my complete and utmost respect to every single one of them. It was amazing just for that moment to sort of forget about everything that's happened in the last few years and to have the country sort of pulled together. Shame about the result, it isn't great, but listen, like I said, the lads, massive inspiration. I think they should be incredibly proud. So that was good fun. Did a talk at Goldman Sachs. I don't really do that many corporate talks, if I'm honest. But there's a guy called Cameron at Goldman Sachs who's a really good lad, and he sort of asked quite a while ago actually if we would like to do it. I just thought, yeah, why not? And it was great actually, because he said it was the most oversubscribed talk that they'd had in over 2 or 3 years or something like that. And it was cool. It's in the city of London, very posh, very sort of, you know, financial. And I hadn't really spent much time there. It was a beautiful, huge office, this incredible auditorium that had been custom built for them. Yeah, it was a really good chat. Ali, we did the podcast with Ali. I've been doing a fair few podcasts in July. Podcast with Ali was really good fun. He's someone that I've followed for a long time. I've sort of referenced him in other videos. He introduced me to the sort of go first concept. He introduced me to Notion, which literally Gymshark runs its entire business on Notion now, which has been game changing for us. I've run my entire life and Gymshark stuff on Notion. So it was really cool to meet him, and we did a talk with him. And then even just learning about the way that he works, and he runs his sort of YouTube channel, really interesting, because he approaches it in a way that I've never really heard of other YouTubers do. And he's actually approaching it in a very business oriented way. In terms of hiring staff and structure and so on, and I found that really inspiring actually, and there was a lot of sort of shared learnings there. So that was a great podcast with Ali. We filmed the first IQ video as well. We've built a few buildings over the years, right? So we did the HQ, which was probably the most game-changing building we've done in terms of going from the offices we were in to into the HQ, right? First time, everyone could be in one space, this beautiful brand new office. The way that we had our refuel canteen and all these different places, we'd never had it before. We've done the Mauritius office, the Hong Kong office, we did the lifting club, studios, the manufacturing, the app studio. Here we've got the gym as well, which has been massive. And then obviously we've done the Denver office in the US, which has been massive, albeit I haven't been able to go there since it's been finished, which is a shame. But now we've got something that will genuinely elevate the business onto that next level. And it's what we call in the GSIQ building. And IQ is actually the name of our innovation team, and IQ stands for inherently questioning. So it's all about questioning everything that we do, everything that's going on in the industry, in the world, and trying to solve problems with the team and the resources that we've got here. And it's essentially going to house the product, the innovation teams, the tech teams, the data teams, and essentially like some of the core product building teams that we have here at Gymshark. And it will be a place where we can genuinely create new and special things. It's massive, by the way. It's about over 100,000 square feet. Put that into perspective, the HQ is 42,000 square feet, so it's over twice the size of our headquarters. So keep an eye out for the GSIQ video. Honestly, it's gonna be very special. Obviously, it's just the first sort of video in terms of the build. Keep an eye on that, it's gonna be a special building. I did a podcast with Michaela Peterson, who's someone that I've followed for a long time as well. I've followed her old man, her dad, Jordan Peterson. I've followed Michaela Peterson for a long time. And she's just, again, a very intelligent person. She's very switched on. And again, just followed her for a long time, and she dropped me a message and asked if I would like to go on the podcast, and I was very flattered. I did the personality test, and it came through with like a 0th percentile conscientiousness or something crazy.
No
like
way. So that's insane. So you've managed to, that goes against everything my dad believes in.
And it was really interesting, and to be honest, it was a bit more of her sort of probing me and asking me questions, but it was just really cool to chat to her, hear her perspective on certain things, and yeah, to sort of connect with her was great fun. So this is interesting. I had COVID as well, so it was actually really difficult because then I couldn't work for pretty much 2 weeks, to be honest. I was very fatigued during COVID, and even for the few days after. Probably about 3 weeks ago now since I had my symptoms, and about a week and a half since when I could sort of come out of isolation. And the first few days of that, I was definitely very fatigued, whereas now, to be honest, I'm feeling pretty normal and back to full health, which is quite nice. And I'm back in the gym as well, which is useful to think of. I've unfortunately lost a little bit of weight through that. It's a really exciting time for me, I must admit. I feel like I'm really being challenged. I'm surrounded by brilliant people, which is great fun. And I'm just looking forward to really getting my head around this new job. So that is the roundup of July. Hopefully that was interesting. If it was, comment down below, like the video and let us know. Also, let us know what else you would like to see. Listen, it's really busy here, but I think it's really special, and it's important to me that we continue to share with you guys everything that we're doing here, because one, I think Gymshark has an incredible connection with the wider community, but equally I think it's quite rare that a company of our size shares as much that we do. And I think, listen, if we can inspire people to improve themselves mentally and physically, or for support in what they do, then that's great for me. So Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all soon.